I started playing Fortnite in Chapter 1, Season 2, and since then, I haven't missed a season, believe it or not. So I decided I'm able to rank them all. If you guys agree or disagree with my list, let me know down in the comments. But make sure to hit a sub regardless and like the video. Alright, for those of y'all that don't know how a tier list works, S plus is the highest it can go, meaning the very best season, and F means it sucks. Alright, so first off, I didn't see that there's a didn't play tab, so I'm gonna go ahead and put Chapter 1, Season 1 right in there, because I didn't play that. Now, next up, Chapter 1, Season 2, first ever season I played. I'm giving it an S straight up. This season was amazing. I mean, if you think of nostalgia, I jumped straight to here. Having as much fun as I did on a game, I don't think that'll ever happen again. This is where, you know, Fortnite really became a thing. People started playing in Season 2. People started finding the game. Obviously, people found it in Season 1, and it really didn't take off until Season 3, but a lot of people came in Season 2. And while maybe it didn't have as many guns or as many everything as the game does now, the simplicity of it and just the sounds, the way it looked, everything about it was just so nice, so simple, easily an S, and maybe it's just because of nostalgia, but pretty dang good season. All right, next up, Chapter 1, Season 3, John Wick. Okay, now this season, I absolutely loved. Obviously, the first few seasons, I mean, who didn't love? This was the beginning of Fortnite. Everybody was playing it. Everybody was playing with their friends, talking about it at school. I was in middle school. I'm a senior now. I was in middle school at this time. Everybody loved Fortnite. Everybody's talking about it. Clips of people doing the floss at school, doing the flippin' sexy. I mean, this was peak, okay? So I'm gonna have to rank this as well at an S tier. You never wanted to go against a John Wick with the Deagle. You just didn't. You didn't want to go against a Skull Trooper. You thought it was gonna be myth. So much fun stuff came in this season though, and it really did spark Fortnite and got a lot more people playing. Next up, we're gonna do Chapter 1, Season 4, which is the Omegas. I'm also gonna rate this an S. I'm not gonna rate any S plus just yet. I think I have one in mind, maybe two. This was a lot like Season 3. Prime Fortnite. I'd say this is probably when, don't quote me for sure, but this was probably peak player base, this or Season 5. Everybody knows about Fortnite at this point. Every parent is trying to get their kid off the game. There was so much. I think LTMs really started pumping out during this time. Playing with friends all night. This season was really nice. I like the battle pass this season. A lot of people didn't. It was really superhero related. I watched a lot of Twitch during this time, a lot of Ninja, a lot of Tfue, a lot of Myth, a lot of rivalries. I mean, you could tune into any stream and they would most likely be playing Fortnite. So I'm gonna rank this one quite high based off of enjoyability as well. Still very simple, very clean, good guns, good gameplay. 9 out of 10, 8 out of 10, 9 out of 10. The 10 out of 10, I'm gonna say is S plus. All right, for Chapter 1, Season 5, I'm gonna give this an A. I'm gonna give this an A. I'm not gonna give this an S. I really did enjoy this season. I like the introduction of the sandy side of the map, if y'all remember that. Near, I believe, the bottom right corner with Paradise Palms, where Tfue landed. What was that called? Was that like some kind of town? Okay, I can't remember right now, but it was the start of something for sure. This was when the game, I would say, started changing a little bit. It started adding more new stuff. It really started developing a lot quicker. Obviously, it develops at an insane pace now. We have augments, we have everything now. The introduction of mobility wasn't in this season because of shopping carts, but the golf carts were added this season. That was really the first car type thing, and that was really cool. I remember I was on vacation when this season came out, and I was so hyped when I saw that you could like drive around with friends. I would go up, land at Snobby Shores, go to the golf carts, and I would just drive up to those rifts, do all those tricks. It was a great season. Wasn't an S quite, but it was definitely a top-notch A season. A lot worse and a little bit better than this. Okay, one of the most underrated seasons, not an F. I'm gonna put this at S plus. You guys are gonna bully me. My opinions on this season have not changed. This was peak Fortnite for me. Maybe not for others. Kevin the Cube was one of my favorite things that ever happened to Fortnite. Hunting rifles were like really fun in this game. I remember landing at the top. Me and my friend Devin Norththorpe, shout out him. Probably not watching this, but if you are, I love you, bro. He landed on top of the Kevin the Cube when there's an island and a house on top, and he sniped somebody out of the air from like 250 meters with like a Barrett. That was crazy. I loved this season. I loved the battle pass. I loved the addition to the Wailing Woods bunkers. That was really cool, where you could go underneath and like have all that like cool rifts and factories. Overall, just a really cool season, and I like what Fortnite did here. As much as some people might not. This was also, I feel like a lot of people were playing during this time. This was also probably peak Fortnite. I know I keep saying that, but I mean, a lot of people played during this time. Next season, Season 7. I'm gonna give this an A. The only reason I give it an A, I know everybody, I liked planes. I have some really cool clips of sniping people out of planes, but they were also a little bit annoying. Ask Mongrel. But this season was really fun. Still peak Fortnite. I think it started kind of dying off after this season. The winter season was super fun. Just playing Playground fills with people, playing Playground with your friends, 1v1ing in Tilted Towers, logging on in Christmas, getting those rewards. It was a great season. This was also Greasy Grove, I believe, was gone now. And that was in the ice. That was pretty interesting. Polar Peak, Happy Hamlet. All great places added. Overall, a really good season, but not quite up to S or S+. But I still enjoyed it. Season 8. This is we're gonna go B. This is where I'm gonna go down a little bit. Wasn't my favorite season. A lot of changes were added. This is where it became a little bit more comp focused, I would say, Fortnite. They added a lot of different tournaments. World Cup wasn't during this time, but a lot of the stuff that would lead up to that was added. Like Arena was, I believe, added in season 8. I absolutely could be wrong. It could be 9. So I do remember it having like flint knocks and stuff, but there's like a volcano during this time, which was interesting. Ballers, everything. It was still a good season. The mobility was really nice, and the loot pool wasn't bad at all. But I also didn't like some of the changes that were being made during this time. But overall, still wasn't a bad season, but it wasn't my favorite. It definitely was the low side of Chapter 1. Chapter 1 Season 9 is gonna go in A, simply because combat shotguns carried this season. I know it sounds weird. I know a lot of people didn't like it. I loved combat shotguns, and the addition to them like kind of improved the season. Along with slipstreams, those were really nice. The season kind of lagged once again. Followed a lot of Season 8's downsides, but it had slipstreams, which were nice. It had combat shotguns, which were really nice. And Neo Tilted was pretty cool. Overall, it's kind of mid, but it definitely was better than Season 8, so I got to rate it an A. And now, the next season, Season 10, I'm also going to rate it B. The end event was awesome, of course, but think about it like this. This is really where it started to fall off a little bit. Creators started disliking this game. The mechs really hurt the game. I don't know what it did in the long run, but if you look into it, a lot of the player base started dying down. Mechs kind of really hurt the game if you think about it in the long run. But regardless, there's still some huge benefits. The map was still pretty good. I mean, Happy Hamlet, wow, that's where I remember landing all throughout this season. And some of the POIs were just really good. Resale Row was still there. Paradise Palms was still there. All the big ones. Still plenty of places to have fun. Still not a bad loot pool. The mechs just really hurt this season. And it was kind of not bland, but it repeated a lot of what the other seasons had already done. All right, on to the next chapter. This one gets bad. This one, I don't know. I'm not rating this one an F quite. The only reason it's not an F was because I met a lot of friends online during this time. And a lot of box fights and wagers were played during this time. It wasn't bad. It was bad. I'm gonna say this. It was bad. I used to be a trick shotter before I like played competitive or got into it for fun. This really killed that for me. No snipers for a while. And when there was only a bolt action. There's nothing but like fishing rods. Very bland. It definitely was working on the new dynamic a lot more. They added swimming during this. It was just weird. I wasn't a big fan of this season overall. It was not a great start for the chapter. Now, Chapter 2, Season 2, that's gonna be an S+. Now, I know it's debatable. But in Chapter 2, a lot of people came back for this. It was really fun. There's even clips of like Ninja coming back and like dying to AIs. It's pretty funny. This was where the Midas arc was introduced. All the gold guns, the Tommy gun was added back. A lot of mythics, the mythic grappler. This season was overall just really, really fun. It really spiced up the game a lot with all the new stuff they added. And it's good when they add new stuff, but a lot of the time Fortnite adds new stuff and it sucks. Like, who remembers the storm flip or that little thing you throw that spams rockets to the ground? Nobody asked for those. But stuff like the mythic grappler, I think people can really get behind and use and utilize and enjoy. I'm gonna rank this season up there. It was really enjoyable. All right, the next season we're rating Chapter 2, Season 3. This one was a weird season. I'm gonna give it a B. It wasn't atrocious. It had some fun qualities. It still had a lot of snipers. For a while, it kind of sucked because everything was so spread out and covered in water, which was extremely weird and I didn't like, but it wasn't that bad overall. The sharks were kind of weird. Overall, the map was meh, but it wasn't as bad as Chapter 2 Season 1, and it wasn't atrocious. I still had fun playing the game at times, and with creative, there's plenty of stuff to do. So overall, it's okay, it's a B. Next up, we got Chapter 2 Season 4. This one was definitely a lot better. I'm not gonna give it an S, I'm gonna give it an A. It's close, but the Stark rifles, the superhero theme, not quite like Season 4. They definitely took it to a next level here. They were able to get a whole bunch of partnerships with Marvel, eventually DC. That was a little bit wild. That was in Chapter 1, I believe. But overall, this season was actually pretty fire. I mean, competitive was fun. Mongrel, Mitro, Benji, where they all split, they all kind of shined in this season individually, which I think was really cool to watch from a spectator standpoint. Stark stuff was really fun. I liked the labs. Overall, this season was really nice. I found myself having a lot of fun during the season. A lot of content was being pushed out for me, a lot of montages. I enjoyed this one. It's definitely A-worthy. All right, next up we got Chapter 2, Season 5. I'm gonna give this one an A. Only reason I rated an A, I've got a lot of good memories. Overall, based off of personal preference, this is an A. If I was gonna go off community preference should probably be a B. This one was really cool. This is where they started incorporating Star Wars. We had the Mandalorian stuff. We had that weird sniper rifle that you could like see thermally. That was really cool. We had jetpacks. This season for me was really fun because this is when I really got into competitive. I remember qualifying for FNCS with some people, and that was super exciting. And overall, this season was really fun for me. I mean, the way you could like rotate with like the sand dunes and sand tunnel, that was really cool. Some of the additions were really nice, and I enjoyed the season. It was good. I'm gonna rank it up there. All right, for the next season, chapter 2, season 7. I don't believe there might have been one more after this in chapter 2. Can't think right now. This one sucked. I'm sorry, this is C2. Overall, I played this season through and throughout, and I just couldn't find myself enjoying this season. I really couldn't. There was so much crap that like made it unenjoyable. I was getting shot by UFOs. I was getting like thrown around by like laser beams. It was weird. It was really weird. I don't know what people think of this season, but it just felt really stale, and I had a hard time playing it at some points. I remember playing a lot of Valorant during this season because I just didn't enjoy it. I don't know about that for everyone, but I just didn't enjoy this season. All right, that's my bad. We skipped over chapter 2, season 6. This one's gonna be a B. Gave it really simple. The crafting was a good idea. I thought it was gonna be a lot worse. It wasn't that bad. It was just a weird season overall. Nothing too crazy. So this is actually, I just put in season 5, I believe, and I accidentally put season 6 for season 5. All good. I swapped that. Don't mind that. But this season was just really kind of weird. Wasn't bad, wasn't great, mid. Definition of mid. All right, next up, we are gonna get into the new chapter that was released a million years ago, chapter 3. All right, so the first chapter 3 season is going to be put at C. Okay, I didn't play as much chapter 3. Reason for it? It sucked until the end, in my opinion. I couldn't find much to enjoy in this chapter at all until really the end of it. I started playing a lot more during the end, but the beginning of the chapter just lacked. I liked the Spider-Man glove edition. That's just about it. And I had a hard time playing the new map. There wasn't too much for me to enjoy about it. It's really bland. I liked some of the collabs they did during chapter 3. Some of them were really nice, but if I'm thinking back, I really didn't have much of a fun time playing this chapter, especially not the beginning of it. So I'm gonna rank the beginning a C for sure. All right, chapter 3, season 2, another weird season. I really don't remember anything about. I'm gonna rank it an F, dude, because honestly, I didn't even like play this. It was that bad. I really had to take a break. I found no redeeming qualities during this season. That's how bad it was. I can't remember even much about it. I just remember that it sucked. I'm gonna keep it real. Next up, we're gonna do chapter 3, season 3. This one is still pretty bad. I'm gonna rank this one as C. These are just doo-doo, man. I can't help but say it. Overall, it's just boring, really. This one was better than the last one. I'm gonna give it just because of the skins, to be honest. The battle pass was a little bit nicer, and overall, just not much redeeming qualities. Now, the next season, I'm gonna rank a B. This one was a little bit better. Skins, obviously, pretty cool. I started doing a little bit more of the challenges this season to unlock some of the higher rewards. I had some fun playing arena, some competitive, some with friends. It really wasn't too bad this season. I enjoyed going for some wins, but it wasn't anywhere close to some of the A quality seasons. And honestly, it's not even, this is the worst of the B group, but it's not low enough to be a C, so I'll give it that much. Now, this season, the last season in the chapter, I'm gonna rate an A. It's gonna be a lower A. It's definitely gonna be a lower A. Would have been a high B. I liked the Chrome Edition. The Chrome Edition was fun. I played a lot with friends during this time, but definitely it wasn't anywhere close to previous seasons. But it was definitely the best of the chapter. It was a good way to close. Fortnite did a good job with that. They did a great job competitively, especially with the thing in Raleigh, with the Invitational. Good job by them. Overall, it's definitely the best of the last chapter. Some of the stuff was nice. The loot was nice. The vaults were kind of nice. Adding Tilted back this season, chapter was a good idea. I'm glad they did it, but this was definitely the best. Okay, now chapter 4 though, ending it off, we're gonna put that, so far it's gonna be an A. It's not gonna be an S. It's definitely not bad. I haven't played it as much as I nearly want to, but overall, it's definitely not bad. I'm liking what they're doing. They're adding a central server too, which is great for me, and that's gonna up it a lot. But it's not a bad chapter by any means. It's definitely starting off better than chapter 3 did. I don't hate the map. I don't love it, but I do like what they're doing with the loot pool, and I don't hate the augments. I think it's a kind of a cool thing, for sure, especially unlocking new ones, being able to borrow. They're doing a great job, I think, kind of listening to the community now. And overall, that's gonna be it for my tier list. Let me know what you guys think. It's kind of all over the place. I want to hear what you guys would rank this, but overall, drop a like, drop a sub, and comment what you think down below, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.